Okay guys, welcome back to the main channel. I hope you're all having a great day so far. Today, we are talking about Lightroom. Let's get right into some basic editing in Lightroom CC. Okay guys, so you are going to want to start by simply opening up Lightroom CC. Just go and whatever system you're on, if you're on Mac or if you're on a PC, just go ahead and open up the application and you will be automatically prompted by this right here. So first, let's go off and import a photo that we want to use for this tutorial. So really simple. Let's just get a photo that I can get going out of here. Let's see what we got. We got here. Let's edit this photo right here of me. Old photo of me. Don't blame the image, but the quality and the colors on this image aren't exactly as I want them to be. Now there are a lot of ways that I can edit this. As you see at the bottom now, there's other photos coming up that I've edited before. There it is right there. So we are going to go in and develop this photo. Now immediately when you see this, you get, it's a little bit daunting, and it looks like it's going to be a lot more challenging than it has to be. Now this is just going to be a very basic tutorial, so it's just going to be using some of the presets that are over here, and also tweaking over here a little bit to get the right color out of this image. Now starting off, we can see that there are presets over here. There's lots of different presets that you can use. So you got just black and white filters, you got like other tone filters, you got your color presets that you can put in. It's really cool what you can do with this, like that, or like this. You can do it like that. So let's go back and start from where we left off, and let's undo this so we don't have to do anything else. Okay, there we go. So we have our image up on the screen that we want to use. We've got a just base model of what we're going to be starting with. So I have a couple of presets over here that I like using just for different things, different situations that I have. So I've got like my flowers that I like using. And let's put this in perspective. This is a good place to start. Now, obviously, as we can see if we zoom in, that the image quality is not the greatest that it possibly could be. There are a lot of factors to this. I don't know exactly how this was shot. I believe it was shot on an iPhone. So you're not getting the best quality out of that. So if you scroll down, it'll tell you how it was shot. But yeah, so we can go back up. We can scroll on the side over here. As you can see, we can adjust the temperature. So if we want it just a little warmer to accent how the day looked, or if we want it a little more purple to accentuate how the water looks as well. Want it a little cooler to bring out the colors over here and over here, as well as the colors of the boat. So we can see that obviously this is not the greatest quality, but we will be fixing that very soon. So go over here, you can adjust your highlight, so that's all the way down, that's all the way up. So if you want it just a little lower, so we can get a better focal range right over here. We can bring our shadows down, so over here is darker and this is more accented. And then we can bring our whites up a little bit, so it's not overexposed in the background, but it is still how we want it to be. And we can also change our black, so we bring that up so you can actually see the reaction on my face. And of course we can take down the clarity, and that's all the way down, which is a really, really cool tone to it. Or we can bring it up more, bring it a more clear, but still not crazy clear. Then we have our vibrance over here. We can bring all the way up, all the way down as black and white. So we can bring it to a nice tone, and bring up our saturation just a little, but you don't want me looking like Donald Trump, so just usually 15 or 14 is pretty good. And then we can move into the basic tone curve. So we've got just a little, we bring the highlights down just a bit. We can bring the lights up, and then we can bring the darks up as well, or we can bring the darks down. Darks up looks better. And we can bring our shadows up as well. So here we have our hues, just how the colors are going to look. So red looks red as all hell, or it looks more orange. So we want it just a little up. We bring our orange down just a bit, so my legs don't look like they are completely burnt off. Our blues up a bit, look nice blue over here. And then we have just our purples, bring those up a little bit, and our magentas bring those up a little bit as well. So here, just a quick look at the sharpening. So if we zoom in on my face, we can see how it sharpens like that. We can bring it down, just bring it up a little bit, and bring up the radius so it's more of that. The quality is not fantastic, so it's not going to look the greatest, but this is just bringing in a photo from pretty much any camera or any phone or any other device, and then using that to your advantage. So you also want to make sure that you have your lens corrections on, so you want to make sure that you have this checked off, and you also want to make sure that you have your profiles checked off as well. So this is, of course, Apple. It's an iPhone 7 is what it was, so it automatically corrects to the way that it should be shot. And from there, you are good. Okay, so something I also want to touch in is the fact of, now it looks like this, but you're thinking, what is the difference between what it looked like before? So all you have to do is hit Y on your keyboard if it'll work. It does not seem to be working. There we go. So this is what it looked like before over here, and this is what it looked like after. So you can see a noticeable difference in the colors. The blues look much more rich over here. The color of the water looks a lot more interesting than just plain over here. It looks like it doesn't look interesting at all over here, so it's a little deeper, a little darker over here. The red is accented as well. My face is a little more red to match how the actual photo would have been taken, and the blues of the kayak actually look as they should look, and the photo just overall looks a lot better. Now let's look at a much higher quality image like this one that I have here. This is a completely different type of photo. It is taken on a much, much better camera. This is a macro lens. This is a 2.8. This was shot about a week and a half ago by myself. I've already edited this. However, I want to show you what it can look like before the editing is done. So this is what I did afterwards. This is what it looked like when I finished editing it. But this is what it looked like before. So you can see the color variation, how different it looks. So I'm going to walk you through how I got it to this point. Now, very plain and simple, this is exactly how it looked. This is the final model. All I simply did, so I have a preset of the flower preset that I use all the time for all of my shots like this. It accents the orange as well as the pink and purple, as well as the green in the background, which is not noticeable at the time. However, it gets you the shot that you want. So let's step through the process and see how you actually have to get here and how you can make it as good as you want it to be. Okay, so this is what your starting image is going to look like I said before. So we are just going to hit the autocorrect at first. Always a good first step to have. Hit your auto button, and then it kind of gives you what the camera should look like when it's shooting. See, now this is a little brighter than I want it to be. This is a nice tone of orange, but I want this to have a more depth of color as well. So we're going to bring the temperature up just a little bit so it's a little bit warmer than it was, and we're going to bring the the tint up just a little bit so it is a more purple kind of color, so it accents the flowers that are blurred in the background as well as this flower as well. So we bring our exposure just a little bit up, so it's at 0.65, and we bring our contrast. Let's see how the contrast looks. Bring it up to about 50. We can bring our highlights down. Yeah, we can bring our highlights down to about 13. Our shadows down as well, so we get a little, it almost looks like it's vignetting at the top, at the corners. We can bring our whites down just a bit, and we can bring our blacks down as well, so we get a deeper, more rich color in the background. You're also going to want to bring your clarity up just a bit, not too much, because you want the image to be clear, but you don't want the image to be completely distorted. As you see, we can see noise over here, but there's no noise over here, which is exactly what you want. Then we can bring our vibrance up just a bit as well, so you get that completely more rich color. So when it was at 0, it's like this, and then you bring it up and it shows a deeper, more rich color over here, as well as the background, as well as these colors. Bring our saturation up a little bit as well, and we're very close now to the final touch. So we're going to go scroll down all the way to the hues like I talked about before, bring those up just a little bit, nice accent on the highlights, and then bring our blues, our greens, and our purple. Our purple is going to be up more, but our blues and greens are going to be down just a little bit, as well as magenta is going to be down as well. So we are going to put our lens corrections on. We've got, this was taken on a Nikon. It was exactly, and it automatically recognizes as soon as you put Nikon, it knows exactly what lens was taking it, and it knows exactly how the photo was taken, what camera model the photo was taken by, and it profiles the whole thing right there for you. So this is our final image. It's gone from what this was all the way to this, and you can it's so obvious the difference in color and the range that has changed throughout this photo, and you can clearly see the difference. So if you take these steps to edit your photo, I guarantee that you will get fantastic quality images edited every single time. Okay guys, so that is it for the video today. I hope you guys all enjoyed another awesome video and another awesome tutorial on this channel. If you did, a like rating would be amazing, and I'll make sure I'll be pumping out some more videos like this for you guys. Next video is probably going to be a Lightroom tutorial on the mobile app, which is a little bit different, but is a free application to use if you don't have Lightroom on your computer. And of course, make sure to like, subscribe, and have fun guys. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.